Good morning, students. Myself, Pawar Manisha from KJ Somaya College, Kopargaon. Today we are going to discuss the soap, detergent and cosmetics. In previous lecture, we can see the introduction, history of soap, then formation of triglyceride, chemistry of soap, then raw material used for the soap, then importance of soap and chemical reaction. Then today we are going to discuss the second reaction, that is a purification process. Today we are going to see your second reaction. Okay, the saponification reaction we can already discuss in previous lecture. So saponification reaction is exothermic reaction. Heat is liberated and glycerol can be formed, and salt of the soap can be also be formed. So second type of reaction, that is a purification process. So the crude soap obtained from saponification reaction, it contains sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide and glycerol. Okay, so saponification reaction also contain the sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide and glycerol. These impurities are removed by boiling the crude soap in crude water and reprecipitating the soap with in the form of salt. After the purification process is repeated several times, and soap may be used in the inexpensive industrial cleaners. We can also see in the saponification reaction. Okay, this is the purification process. For the your salt can be crude salt can be obtained, then this crude salt can purify by using this method. Okay, then soap is an excellent cleaner because of its ability to act an emulsifying agent. Okay, because its ability to act as an emulsifying agent, an emulsifier is capable of dispersing one liquid into another immiscible liquid. This means that the while oil which attract the dirt then does not naturally mix with water, soap can suspended oil or dirt in such way that the can be removed by the excellent cleaner. So this is the purification and saponification reaction. Then types of the soap. The soap having the two types, that is a hard soap and soft soap. Okay, so see in that nature of the alkali depend or mention the types of soap. So types of the soap is depend on nature of alkali. How will be alkali we can use for the production of soap, then that alkali nature of alkali can depend the we can produce the hard soap or soft soap. Okay, so see here nature of alkali, it's depending upon the nature of alkali use the production of soap. They are classified into the two types, that is a hard soap and soft soap. The hard soap is contain the sodium salt of long chain fatty acid is known as the hard soap. Sodium salt of long chain fatty acid is known as the hard soap. It is difficult to dissolve in water. It is used to laundry soap. Then second type is soft soap. The potassium salt of long chain fatty acid, which is known as the soft soap, and it is in aqueous solution soap ionized to form alkali ions. So this is the hard soap, and this is formation of the salt, and this is the salt. Okay, so this hard soap we can see in the previous lecture, that is a stearic acid, and then this soap is the oleic acid. Okay, so this hard soap can be reacts with the sodium salt. See here sodium salt, then formation of this straighted ion and then sodium ion. Okay, so this oleic acid can be reacts with the potassium salt. See here potassium ion and formation of the oleate ion. This is the salt, this is the salt also. Okay, see soap have free alkali ions, they are alkaline in nature, hence the soap are solution slippery to the touch. Then next types of the soap depend on nature of alkali, then kinds of use. Depending upon the uses of soap are classified into the different types, that is a how can we use this soap in daily life? So that uses can depend upon that uses can classify into different types of soap. Okay, so first one in kitchen soap. Okay, we know in kitchen we can also already use the various type of soap. So in kitchen soap they are further categorized into two soap, that is a cleaner and dish detergent. Okay, cleaner can be used and dish detergent can also be used. So in cleaners they often made with the mild abrasive and are formulated to eliminate heavy oil or solid particles and hard to remove stains. Some cleaners are more abrasive than the others, being cream cleaners to hardest being powder cleaners. Then second one is dish detergent. They are made to remove tub greases and release to solid dirt particles in the foam that is produced by the detergent. Then there are two types of detergent. Hand dishwashing detergents are made to work at lower temperature and usually have more grease removing capacity by producing more foam, and machine dishwasher detergent are formulated to produce less foam, work at higher temperature. Okay, so this detergent also be two types, that is a hand dishwashing and machine dishwasher. Okay, so hand dishwashing can be made by low temperature and machine dishwasher can be made at higher temperature. Okay, so this is the kitchen soap types, two types, cleaners and dish detergent. Then second use of the soap in laundry soap. Okay, so laundry soap are formulated to eliminate grease, solid particles and organic compounds from cloth. They can be found in liquid, powder, gel forms and also can work in all water and temperature. So this soap can be used in liquid, powder, gel form and it also work at any time with water and temperature. Does not temperature affect on this laundry soap. Okay, so laundry detergent are most effective when it used in warm or hot water, especially when removing the grease or heavy oil. Then third one use of the soap in cleaning soap. Okay, cleaning soap are made for the cleaning soil or grease. Then industrial soap also can be used. The industrial soap are formulated for specific tasks. Okay, they are commonly used for the car washers, auto center and production line cleanup. And these soap are usually come in 55-gallon drums or large containers and are connected to pressure cleaning system. Then fourth one is medicated soap and original soap are very similar. Okay, so medicated soap and original soap is does not any different, but because of both soaps are the similar. Unlike original soap, medicated soap has the addition of antiseptics and disinfectants or antibacterial agent like phenol, cresol, halogenated carbonyl. They suppress the growth of positive bacteria. Then again sixth type is personal soap. This kind of soap made in many forms and special formulation for specific personal hygienic needs. Okay, this is the personal soap. In personal soaps having the again type, there is an antibacterial soap. They are formulated to the soap sprayed of bacteria and viruses by adding broad spectrum antimicrobial agents such as the chlorhexidine, that is a PCMX. Chloroxylenol kills up to the 99.9% of the bacteria, can make you stick. The second is the regular personal detergent soap. It is also used in the lift soil from the skin by suspending particle to in the foam. And then third one is hair and baby soap. This is also used in personal life. Okay, the hair and body soap are multi-purpose blend that works on your hair just as well as your its clean skin, making them the great candidate for fitness club and school. Then fourth one is Novelty soap. So what is the novelty soap? Novelty soap are especially manufactured for the kids. Okay, you know the kids, and include the soap in the shapes of various items such as the rubber ducky or soap on the rope. They are made not only the clean dirt and grime, but also the amusement and enjoyment as well as well. Okay, this is the kinds of uses. Then second, that is a perfume soap. Okay, also the perfume soap can be obtained or produced by adding the few additional ingredients and perfume. This soap counts as a potential source of skin irritation for allergic people. Okay, we can use the perfume soap. So this soap are some persons having the allergic, okay, skin irritation, then allergic, okay, some people's having the allergic problem. Okay, so this perfume soap can also be avoid. Okay, then gas soap. Also this 9 1 the use that is a gas soap. Gas soap are miniature soap that are made and shaped into the attractive shape. Okay, the shape having the gas soap have don't know any different soap, only the change into the shape, into the attractive shape. Okay, these are the basically meant for use by the guest either main bathrooms or separate guest bathroom. Okay, so next one is the beauty soap. Beauty soap are produced to feature attractive fragrance and ingredients for the variety of skin types. Okay, so they can feature glycerin or special oil blend. Then transparent soap. Okay, transparent soap having the slightly different ingredients and usually some from of the alcohol to alter the process, which also conduct at the higher temperature. Not all the transparent soap are glycerin soap. For example, the pear soap. Okay, you know the pear soap. Pear soap can be transparent soap. Okay, see on your eyes, then see on your eyes, you know the transparent soap. Okay, liquid soap. So liquid soap are actually very difficult to produce, and many of the commercial liquid soap are just in fact of detergent. Then floating soap. The floating soap are made by the bubbling air through the molten net soap. Amount of the air incorrupted increases to volume, then extend that the solid soap becomes lighter than water. It contains about 30% of water. That is a liquid soap. That is a floating soap. Okay, there are 13 types of the soap we can use in our life. Then next one topic is the meaning of the terms related to the detergent. So what is the detergent and what is the surfactant, and related to their introduction we can see here. Okay, so detergent and surfactant. The detergent may be regarded as a chemical formulation which essentially consists of surface active agent or surfactant and subsidiary constituents such as a filter, builders, booster, etc. Okay, this is related to the detergent. Then detergent may be in the form of solid, liquid, paste or powder. The most important advantages for the synthetic detergent is better wetting and cleaning action on consumption for the hard water because of the higher solubility of their calcium 2 plus and Mg 2 plus. That is related to the detergent. Then surfactants. The surfactants are the nothing but a surface active agent. This is also the surface active agent. These are most important ingredients for the synthetic products. When dissolved in water or dispersed in liquid, clean the surface by removing oil in which dust particles are dispersed. The cleaning action of the surfactants it depends upon its surface activity. Then it is a property which decreases the surface tension of water are called surfactants. Surfactants are the organic compounds which similar to group that is a water soluble and water insoluble are present in their molecule. For example, sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium stearyl sulfate, sodium aryl sulfonates, linear alkali benzene sulfonate that is a LAS, amide sulfonate etc. are included in the surfactants. Then second one is the terms related to the detergent, that is the emulsion or emulsifying agent. You know the emulsion emulsifying agent. So emulsion refers to use any dispersion of one liquid in another. When two immiscible liquids, that is water and oil, this water and oil are immiscible liquids. Okay, do not mix each other. You know the water and oil. Okay, why are not the miscible each other? Okay, so it is the very good very easily example for what is the emulsion. Okay, so water and oil is not mixed to each other. Okay, so shake together, the oil liquid is dispersed on fine droplets, but the emulsion is not stable. The liquid separated into two layers because of the coalescence of the fine droplets into bigger ones, then ultimately form a separate layer. So we can mix the water and oil, they can separate the layer. Then what is the emulsifying agent? Or emulsifiers are the agent that lower the interfacial surface tension so that the emulsion is easily formed, and also stabilize the emulsion by protecting dispersed fine droplets, forming a layer around them. The layer is formed, then solubility in the non-polar part of the emulsifying agent in oil drop. Okay, while the polar group remains in water. Then third one is wetting and non-wetting. So what is the wetting means and non-wetting means? The wetting means the spreading of liquid on surface which is easy, and this is attributed to very small contact angle, that is a 0 or close to 0. Okay, so wetting means the very small contact angle between the attribute and surface. Okay, that is the nearest to the 0 or close to 0 between the liquid and solid surface. So the angle can be formed between the liquid and solid surface. That liquid spread over the solid surface easily. Then wetting action is generally by use of surfactant additives which lower the vectorial surface tension. In case of non-wetting, the contact angle between the liquid and solid surface is greater than 90 degree, and hence liquid tends to ball up and run off the solid surface. Okay, so what is the wetting? So wetting means the angle between liquid and solid surface which is nearly equal to the 0 or 0. But what is the non-wetting? The contact angle between the liquid and solid surface is greater than the 100 degree Celsius. So wetting agent consists of the polar, non-polar type molecule, that is the amphipathic structure. The polar portion of the molecule may be one of the functional group of organic chemistry containing oxygen, that is a carboxylic acid, ester, ethers or alcohol are already contain the oxygen. Then sulfur, example sulfonic acid, esters or sulfonate. Phosphorus, nitrogen or halogen, the group may not be ionic. The non-polar portion of usually hydrocarbon chain, that is a aliphatic or aromatic. Then fourth one is terms related to the detergent, that is a hydrophobic and hydrophilic nature. This is the important term related to the detergent. So what is mean by the hydrophobic? The hydrophobic means water heating or water disliking or water repelling substances which insoluble in water and repel the water, that is a hydrophobic. So hydrophobic soil, there is a no affinity between particle and water. So the soils are less stable as compared to hydrophilic soil. Then what is mean by hydrophilic nature? So hydrophilic means water loving or water liking substance. In hydrophilic colloids there is an interaction between colloidal particles and water combines with particles, then hydrophilic soils are more stable than the hydrophobic soil. So in hydrophobic soil they does not combine with the water particles, so that's why it's called as a hydrophobic. So what in hydrophilic nature, water combines with particle and this is the hydrophobic, stable with the water. Then functional group have tendency to bind water, are hydrophilic in nature. For example, hydroxyl group in polysaccharide, that is a sugar, this acid functional group. NH2 group is protein, are hydrophilic. These substances are water soluble as they contain water stabilizing group. Then aliphatic structure. So what is the aliphatic structure? It is a molecule contains two dissimilar structures group, that for example water soluble and water insoluble. Okay, they having the two dissimilar structure, that is the water soluble and water insoluble, such as people known as the amphiphatic structure. Okay, known as the amphiphatic structure. Common compounds can be used in soap and detergent, that is a surfactants. So see this reaction. So CH3, CH2 in N types, then CH2, C double O, Ene. So this is the hydrophobic, that is a water insoluble. Then the salt of the sodium, that is a hydrophilic, that is a water soluble. Okay, so this Ene is a soap. This salt can be soluble in water, so that is a hydrophilic, and this is not soluble in water, so water insoluble, that is a hydrophobic. See the difference here. Then sixth one is micelles. Micelles are the aggregate of many molecules, small molecules or group atoms, which are held together by secondary valencies. Then van der Waals forces are micelles are spherical with dimension of order 2.5 or 5 nanometer, depending upon the emulsifying agent. Many organic colloidal emulsion soaps are detergent generally from such micelles or micelles colloidal. Soap in water colloidal, salt of fatty acid. This is related to the meaning of the term related to the detergent. Then remaining part we can see in next lecture. Thank you.